Today we're delving into the exploration of Neville Goddard's timeless wisdom on manifestation. We're going to uncovering Neville's secret method to manifest anything without saying a word. So grab a seat, open your mind, and let's dive deep into the teachings of this legendary spiritual teacher. Neville Goddard's approach to manifestation is simple yet profound. He believed that creation is a finished process, and everything we desire already exists in the quantum field of possibilities. But how do we tap into this infinite reservoir of abundance without uttering a single word? Neville Goddard was a big believer in the power of our imagination. He thought it was the key to unlocking all our desires. But what does that mean exactly? Well, according to Neville, our thoughts and imagination are like magic wands. They have the power to shape our reality in ways we can't even imagine. See, Neville believed that everything we see and experience in the physical world is a result of what's going on in our minds. It's like our thoughts are the architects, and our reality is the building they design. So, if we want to change our reality, we have to start by changing our thoughts. And that's where imagination comes in. Instead of focusing on what we don't want, or what's not working in our lives, Neville encouraged us to shift our attention to what we do want. It's like flipping the script and creating a new story for ourselves. But here's the kicker: it's not enough to just think about what we want. We have to really feel it, deep down in our bones. That's where imagination comes in. Instead of just imagining our desires as distant dreams, Neville encouraged us to vividly picture them as already fulfilled. It's like we're playing a movie in our minds, and we're the star of the show. So, if you want a new job, imagine yourself walking into the office on your first day, feeling confident and excited about the possibilities ahead. If you want a loving relationship, imagine yourself spending time with your partner, laughing, cuddling, and feeling completely at ease. Whatever your desire, bring it to life in your imagination as if it's already happening. But why is this so important? Well, Neville believed that our imagination is like a bridge between the world of our dreams and the world of our reality. When we vividly imagine our desires as already fulfilled, we're sending a powerful signal to the universe. It's like we're saying, "This is what I want, and I believe it's possible." But it goes even deeper than that. Neville believed that our thoughts and emotions are like magnets, attracting experiences that match the energy we're putting out. So, when we imagine our desires with strong emotions, we're aligning our energy with the vibration of our desires. It's like tuning into the right frequency on a radio. When we're in sync with our desires, we attract them into our lives effortlessly. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I'm not good at imagining things? What if I can't see the picture clearly in my mind? Well, don't worry. Imagination is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small and work your way up. Maybe begin by imagining something simple, like finding a parking spot or receiving a compliment from a friend. As you get more comfortable, you can gradually move on to bigger desires. Neville often emphasized that our imagination is the bridge between the inner world of thoughts and the outer world of tangible results. By vividly imagining our desires as already fulfilled, we enter a state of being where our desires become our reality. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself living your dream life. Feel the emotions of joy, abundance, and fulfillment as if your desires were already a reality. This is the power of Neville's secret method. Neville often stressed the importance of feeling the reality of our desires. It's not enough to just think about what we want. We must feel the emotions associated with having our desires already fulfilled. Visualization is like creating a movie in our minds, and Neville Goddard was a big fan of this technique for making our dreams come true. But what exactly is visualization, and how does it work? Well, think of it like this. When we visualize, we're not just thinking about what we want. We're actually picturing it in our minds as if it's already happening. It's like daydreaming, but with a purpose. And according to Neville, this simple act can have a profound impact on our lives. So, how do we do it? It's pretty simple, actually. Start by finding a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to relax your mind and body. Then, start to imagine yourself living the life of your dreams. If you want a new job, picture yourself walking into your office with a big smile on your face, greeting your coworkers, and feeling a sense of fulfillment and joy as you tackle your tasks. If you want a loving relationship, imagine yourself spending time with your partner, laughing, cuddling, and feeling completely loved and cherished. Whatever your desire, bring it to life in your mind's eye. But here's the key, it's not just about seeing it, it's about feeling it too. Neville believed that our emotions are like magnets, attracting experiences that match the energy we're putting out. So, as you visualize, really immerse yourself in the feelings associated with your desire. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the happiness, as if it's already happening. Now, you might be wondering, but why is this so important? What does visualization actually do? Well, according to Neville, when we visualize our desires as already fulfilled, we're sending a powerful message to the universe. It's like we're saying, "This is what I want, and I believe it's possible." But it goes even deeper than that. Neville believed that everything in the universe is made up of energy, including our thoughts and emotions. And when we visualize our desires with strong emotions, we're aligning our energy with the vibration of our desires. It's like tuning into the right frequency on a radio. When we're in sync with our desires, we attract them into our lives effortlessly. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I'm not good at visualizing? What if I can't see the picture clearly in my mind? Well, don't worry. Visualization is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Start small and work your way up. Maybe begin by visualizing something simple, like finding a parking spot or receiving a compliment from a friend. As you get more comfortable, you can gradually move on to bigger desires. It's not just about the picture, it's about the feeling too. Even if you can't see the image clearly, focus on generating the emotions associated with your desire. That's where the real power lies. But here's the thing, visualization isn't a one-time thing. Neville believed we had to do it regularly, consistently, and with unwavering faith. It's like planting seeds in a garden. The more we nurture them with our attention and intention, the more they'll grow and flourish. Neville believed that our imagination is limitless, and that we can use it to reshape our beliefs and perceptions about ourselves and the world around us. By imagining a different reality, we can shift our consciousness and create a new reality for ourselves. Neville often spoke about the importance of faith in the manifestation process. Faith is not just about believing in something, it's about embodying the feeling of having already achieved our goals. Living in the end is like being a master actor in the greatest play of all time. You're not just pretending, you're fully immersing yourself in the role of the person who has already achieved their dreams. Neville Goddard was all about this concept because he believed it was the ultimate key to unlocking our deepest desires. So, what does it mean to live in the end? It's about more than just wishful thinking or hoping for the best. It's about truly embodying the feeling of already having what you want. It's like stepping into the shoes of your future self and experiencing life from their perspective. Imagine you want a new job. Instead of just daydreaming about it or sending out resumes, living in the end means acting as if you've already landed that dream job. You're not stressed about interviews or worried about rejection because, in your mind, you've already got the job. You're already enjoying the perks, feeling the satisfaction of doing work you love, and basking in the praise of your colleagues. That's living in the end. But why is this so powerful? Well, Neville believed that when we truly embody the feeling of already having our desires, we send out a powerful signal to the universe. It's like we're broadcasting to the cosmos, saying, "This is who I am, and this is what I have." And the universe responds by bringing us more of what we're already feeling and experiencing. Think of it like a magnet. When you're living in the end, you're vibrating at the same frequency as your desires. And just like a magnet attracts metal, you attract the people, opportunities, and circumstances that match your vibration. It's like magic, but it's really just the law of attraction at work. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I do this? How do I live in the end when my reality looks nothing like what I want? Well, that's where imagination and faith come into play. Neville often talked about the power of imagination to create our reality. So, if you want to live in the end, Start by using your imagination to paint a vivid picture of what your life looks like with your desires fulfilled. Close your eyes and really see yourself in that new job, that loving relationship, or that beautiful home. Feel the emotions of joy, satisfaction, and gratitude as if it's already happening. But here's the kicker: you have to believe it's possible. That's where faith comes in. You have to trust that what you're imagining is not just a fantasy but a glimpse into your future reality. It's like having unwavering confidence that the sun will rise tomorrow. You don't doubt it for a second because you know it's true. Living in the end also means letting go of the need to control how your desires manifest. You're not micromanaging the universe or trying to force things to happen. Instead, you're surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And here's the beautiful part: when you're truly living in the end, you don't need to chase after your desires. You're not desperate or needy because you know they're already on their way to you. You're just enjoying the journey and allowing life to unfold in its own perfect timing. Neville Goddard firmly believed that the law of assumption was the real deal when it came to making things happen in our lives. What does that mean? Well, it's about acting as if what we want is already in our hands. Neville was big on this idea that we should act like our dreams have already come true. It's like pretending you're already living in the house you've been dreaming of, or driving the car you've always wanted, even if you haven't gotten them yet. So, why is this so important? Neville thought our imagination played a huge role in this. See, when we imagine something, we're not just playing make-believe. We're actually getting our minds and hearts in sync with what we want. It's like we're rehearsing for the big show of life. And when we keep imagining ourselves with what we desire, it's like we're sending out a signal to the universe saying, "Hey, this is what I want, and I'm ready for it." But here's the kicker: we have to truly feel it, deep down in our bones. It's not just about thinking, "Yeah, it would be nice to have that." No, it's about feeling as if it's already ours. It's about getting so into the feeling of having what we want that it's like it's already here, right in front of us. And that feeling? That's what draws our desires closer to us. Neville wasn't just talking about material stuff, though. He believed this applied to anything we wanted in life. Whether it's better relationships, more confidence, or inner peace, the same principle applies. We have to assume that these things are already ours and feel it as if they're already part of our lives. Now, you might be wondering, but how do I do that? How do I trick myself into feeling like I already have what I want? Well, Neville had a few tricks up his sleeve for that. First off, he talked a lot about visualization. This is where we close our eyes and picture ourselves living the life we want. We see ourselves in our dream home, surrounded by loved ones, or achieving our goals. And the key here is to make it as vivid as possible. We want to really immerse ourselves in the scene, using all our senses to make it feel real. Then, there's affirmations. These are like little mantras we repeat to ourselves to reinforce what we want. So, if you want to be more confident, you might say something like, "I am confident and capable in everything I do." The idea is to repeat these affirmations often enough that they start to sink into our subconscious, where they can work their magic. And let's not forget about self-talk. This is all about the conversations we have with ourselves in our own heads. Instead of letting that little voice tell us we're not good enough or that we'll never get what we want, we flip the script. We start telling ourselves that we are good enough, that we deserve what we want, and that it's already on its way to us. But here's the thing, it's not just about doing these techniques once and then forgetting about them. Neville believed we had to keep at it. We had to keep imagining, keep affirming, keep talking to ourselves in a positive way. It's like we're training our brains to expect good things, and the more we do it, the more natural it becomes. Neville often spoke about the importance of detachment in the manifestation process. We must let go of any attachment to the outcome and trust that the universe will bring us what we need at the right time. Neville believed that our faith is our fortune. By cultivating unwavering faith in the power of our imagination and the law of assumption, we can manifest anything we desire without saying a word. So, Neville Goddard's secret method to manifest anything without saying a word is rooted in the power of our imagination, faith, and assumption. By vividly imagining our desires as already fulfilled, embodying the feeling of having achieved our goals, and trusting in the universe's divine timing, we can manifest our deepest desires effortlessly. Conversely, if we use words that convey abundance, blessings, and positivity, we are more likely to attract those things into our lives. For example, if we use words like I am capable, I am abundant, or I am blessed, we are inviting more of those experiences into our lives. The words we use shape our reality and attract similar energy to us. Therefore, it's crucial to be mindful of the words we use and the energy we emit through them. Our words have the power to influence our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and they create an energy that attracts like energy. To attract more positivity and abundance into our lives, we need to use words that convey those things. We need to replace negative, limiting beliefs with positive affirmations, and focus on what we want to attract rather than what we want to avoid. By doing so, we create an energy that aligns with our desires and attracts similar energy to us. The language we use has a profound impact on our subconscious mind. The words we use on a daily basis become deeply ingrained in our subconscious and shape our beliefs, habits, and ultimately our reality. Therefore, it's crucial to be mindful of the words we use and the messages we send to our subconscious mind. By being intentional with our language, we can reprogram our subconscious mind to think positively and attract positivity into our lives. Conversely, if we constantly use negative language, we can reinforce negative beliefs and attract negative experiences. To take control of our lives and shape our reality, we must pay attention to the language we use and feed our subconscious mind with positive affirmations and messages. The main goal of reciting affirmations is to send a message to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't have the ability to reject or say no to the commands we give it. It can only accept and act upon the messages we send. Unfortunately, many of us have programmed our subconscious minds with negative thoughts and ideas about ourselves and our lives. However, we have the power to reprogram our subconscious minds by using affirmations. By using positive affirmations, we can rewire our brains to think positively and attract positive experiences and opportunities. It's essential to understand that the words we use can shape our lives. We can attract more positivity and abundance into our lives by using affirmations and altering our thought patterns. By becoming more mindful of our words and using affirmations, we can take control of our lives and create the future we desire. So, now that we understand the power of words, how can we use affirmations to transform our lives? The process is simple, but requires dedication and consistency. To transform our lives and reprogram our subconscious minds, we need to begin by identifying the negative beliefs and thoughts that we have about ourselves and our lives. These limiting beliefs may hold us back from reaching our full potential and living the life we desire. Identifying these negative thoughts is the first step in creating positive change in our lives. Once we have identified these negative beliefs, we need to create positive affirmations that counteract them. For example, if we believe that we are not good enough, we can create an affirmation that says, I am worthy and deserving of all good things. By repeating this affirmation several times a day, we can see that we are not good enough. By repeating this affirmation several times a day, we can start to reprogram our subconscious mind to believe in our worth and value. It's important to make these affirmations specific and focused on the areas we want to improve in our lives. We can use affirmations to counteract negative thoughts about our health, relationships, finances, and any other area of our lives that we want to improve. If you believe that you are not good enough, create an affirmation that says, I am worthy and deserving of all good things. Repeat this affirmation to yourself several times a day until it becomes a habit. Remember to use the present tense and make your affirmation specific and focused. Repetition and emotion are two powerful tools that can help us reprogram our subconscious mind and attract positive experiences into our lives. When we repeat positive affirmations with enough emotion and conviction, our subconscious mind accepts them as truth and starts to act upon them. The reason behind this is that the subconscious mind doesn't have the ability to reject or say no to the commands we give it. It can only accept and act upon the messages we send. Therefore, when we send positive messages through positive affirmations, our subconscious mind starts to accept them as truth and makes them true in the physical world. It's important to note that the subconscious mind is somehow intertwined with the holographic matrix we live in. This means that the things we believe to be true will be manifested in the physical world, as the universe will move heaven and earth to make our beliefs come true. In other words, our beliefs and thoughts have the power to shape our reality. If we believe in lack and limitation, we are more likely to experience these things. But if we believe in abundance and success, we are more likely to attract these things into our lives. Using affirmations can be a powerful tool for reprogramming your subconscious mind and creating the life you desire. By incorporating affirmations into your daily routine, you can shift your thought patterns and attract more positivity and abundance into your life. Taking control of our subconscious mind is crucial, because if we don't, something or someone else will control it for us. It's the responsibility of every individual to monitor the words they use and feed their subconscious mind with positive affirmations. When we learn to control our subconscious mind, we can change our reality and create the life we desire. When we start standing on our affirmations as if they are true, even before they are, and mix that with conviction and emotion and repetition, it becomes true for us because the subconscious mind accepts it as truth. These are simple but powerful tools that can help us transform our lives. It's important to pay attention to our self-talk and ensure that we are kind and generous to ourselves. The language we use to speak inside of ourselves becomes our outward experience, and our self-talk becomes our destiny. We have the power to change our reality by changing the words we use and the thoughts we entertain. As the ancient wisdom goes, life and death is in the power of the tongue. We must master the rules of taming the tongue and use our words wisely because we are always in the driver's seat of our lives. Starting our affirmations in the present tense is crucial because the subconscious mind doesn't understand the past or future. It only knows now. While it may take bravery to say that we are something before we actually are, it's the brave who change the world. It's essential to believe in what we are saying, and to use affirmations consistently to reprogram our subconscious minds. But his attitude and behavior depend on who others are. Look at yourself for a while. Do you have the same attitude toward all the people around you? Do you react to all situations in the same way? No, you have different attitudes and different thoughts and opinions for different situations, people, and occasions. What I'm trying to explain to you is that the attitude of others doesn't depend on who they are or what sort of mindset they have. Their attitude can always be changed. Just change the situation and their attitude will change. Just change the scenario and circumstances, and their attitude will change. However, if you want to change their attitude toward you, you've got to change yourself. Because their attitude toward you is a reflection of who you are. Their attitude towards a particular scenario is a reflection of what the scenario is. Their attitude and reaction towards a particular scene or towards some particular circumstances is an explanation of what the scene or circumstances are. Let me tell you that everything in the universe is a stimulus. Your existence is a stimulus because when people see you, when they come in contact with you, or when they talk to you, some thoughts are generated automatically in their minds depending upon who you are. What your attitude is, what you do, what your religion is, what your background is, and everything else that defines you. In other words, the attitude of others depends on your reality, and to change theirs, you have got to change your own. That's simple. If the behavior and attitude of others towards you aren't fair, don't blame them. If they don't treat you the way you want, don't blame them. But instead, blame yourself, blame your reality, and blame everything that defines who you are. When we talk about changing someone, it's not really about changing them, but about changing how we perceive them. Well, the fact is that the things, people, and everything that exists around us has no meaning. It's our perception that defines them. It's also important to understand how they show up in your life, and what role they play in it. How do they impact your life, and what do they cause you? You know, Neville Goddard says that you are the operant power and the creator. Nothing in this universe happens against your wish. The role others play in your life is one you assign to them. You allow them to affect your life the way they are affecting mine. You can always make a change. You can always assign them a different role to play in your life since you are operating them. Let's now discuss what the practical steps are to change them, or their attitude toward us. Well, to change things in the 3D world, you have to work on your thoughts and your assumptions, and simply perceive them and what they do differently. Just change your assumptions about the person and about the relationship that you have with them. As Neville says, no one but oneself can change, so we will work on ourselves and change ourselves in order to change others. What the law of assumption says is that the more you focus on something, the more of it you get, no matter if it is a situation, someone's attitude, or a particular incident. The more you think about it and make assumptions about it, the more you are going to manifest it. The one reason for the bad attitude of others towards you could be that you are focusing more on the bad things that happen between you and the person you are in a relationship with. Now, the more you focus on the bad things that happen between you, the more they are going to happen. If you focus on the fights and think negatively about those fights, you are going to fight more. If you only see the negative aspects of things, they will play a more negative role in your life. Since your assumptions are the only cause, having positive assumptions about a particular person, situation, or some particular thing helps you experience positive outcomes. The more you focus on a particular aspect of someone's life, the more it grows and becomes more prominent. If you notice something annoying about a person and think about it again and again, then it is going to happen again. However, it is your creation, and your thoughts have created it. Its law, and the good news is that this law also applies to the positive stuff as well. It means if you focus on the positive stuff, you will experience more positivity in your life. What I suggest is that you become a conscious creator. You are already the creator of your life, but becoming a conscious creator helps you manifest only the things that you desire. Our thoughts become reality, so it means we are consistently manifesting. Every thought that comes up in your mind is contributing to your reality. Have you ever noticed your thoughts? Have you ever observed what sort of thoughts you have? Many of us don't focus on our thoughts, and that's what creates problems. When we are unconscious of our thoughts, it means we are manifesting unintentionally, and that's the reason why things are going against us. Why am I asking you to be conscious of your thoughts? Being conscious of your thoughts is the first step towards changing and controlling them. Sit back for a moment and analyze yourself. What sort of thoughts do you have? If some person has an annoying attitude towards you and doesn't treat you the way you want, analyze your thoughts and know what sort of thoughts you have about the attitude of that person. I guarantee you that it's not their attitude that hurt you, it's your thoughts that hurt you. Their attitude is not bad, but you have assumed that it is. They can treat you the way you desire, but to do that, you will have to change your thoughts, perceptions, beliefs, and assumptions. That's simple. Whenever you see something in someone, start imagining it differently. You will have to have a different imagination and perceive it differently to experience the different versions of it. If you want them to feel differently, react differently, and think differently, you will have to focus on that version of them that you want to experience. The fact is, they are just mirrors, and they have no choice. Neville says others are there just to confirm. It means when you change, they confirm the change by changing them. So when you change, everything will respond to this change by changing itself. When you change your attitude, other people will respond to the change by changing their attitude. When you change your thoughts, they will respond to the change by changing themselves. When you change the way you do things, they will react to this change by doing things differently. They have no choice but to confirm the change, so to change them, as we have discussed from the start, we will need to have certain control over our thoughts. You need that control the most because, when you affirm or visualize your desire, you must have control over your thoughts. If you don't control your thoughts, you will give rise to doubts, and in that condition, if you visualize or speak affirmations to yourself, instead of getting excited about your desire and feeling it, you will feel frustrated. You will not be able to maintain the focus on your affirmations or visualizations. You will start thinking negatively, get demotivated, and eventually fail to manifest your desire. To control your thoughts, you can do a number of things, but the most effective is being mindful. Whenever some negative thought enters your mind, don't entertain it, but stop and shift your focus to something positive. We often get hurt when we think about some bad experience from the past. In the same manner, If you think again and again about some fight that you had with the person you are in a relationship with, you will get more hurt. So what I'm saying to you here is to be mindful. Be mindful of your thoughts. Whenever a story from your past pops up in your mind, don't focus on it, but shift your focus to something else. Try doing something else, and don't pay attention to those negative thoughts that remind you of bad experiences from your past. This is another great way to exercise control over your thoughts. There are a number of things that you can do to not pay attention to negative thoughts. Something that you can feel in the present, or that brings your mind into the present moment. For example, breathing is the most effective way to help you shift your attention from what happened to you in the past to what is happening in the present. Be mindful and focus on the present. Let go of your past. When others act in 3D in a way you don't like, the best practice is not to react to it. Just ignore it. When you ignore the situation, it will not occur again. But when you react to a situation, it happens again and again. When we react to a situation or the attitude of others towards us, we are basically saying, "Yes, I'm the person who was treated this way." This is a self-concept affirmation. You add this to your self-concept when you react to a certain situation. You are going to see more of what you don't want. So when you don't like something, just don't react to it. Otherwise, you will have to experience it again and again. Neville Goddard says that our minds are the cause of all our sufferings and that we suffer nothing but our imaginations. When we imagine the attitudes of others to be good, they will be good. And if we started imagining them badly, our imagination would make them bad and we would start getting hurt. They will remain the same, you don't need to change. Let me tell you that they are your product.